Q&A video. I thought I would do a really quick Q&A because I didn't get that many questions on my last one. I hope I get more on this one. Saying I didn't get that many questions on my last Q&A. I hope I get more on this next one that I'm doing now. Please post any questions that you may have about reselling and the like. And right here on this video, right in the bottom comment section, I did get a lot of nice comments and a lot of suggestions when we talked about picture taking, and someone mentioned not having your animals in the background, and I've been guilty of that, but I think it's been outside where the cat was kind of strolling by. So, but don't picture your cat right next to the handbag or anything, because people are deathly afraid of smoke, scent, smoke odors, and dog odors, and pet hair, and I don't blame them. I mean, you don't want to get that when you unbox something. So no, that was very nice to suggest that. And Caffeine Addict left a comment about taking pictures with pets around, so just be really leery of that. It's not cool to have that. Anyway, all right, next I had a question from, it's the last question, it was from the Trace Review. And the Trace Review says, please talk about negotiating. So I'm assuming she's talking about offers and things of that nature on Poshmark, and actually on eBay in general as well. I get a lot of offers even if I don't have best offer. I generally think about 30% is pretty fair to knock down off of your price. Now, sometimes people really overprice their designer items, or they really expect to get, like a lot of times I'll see a Louis Vuitton bag that is selling for even more than what it's selling for at the store, or really right at the price, and I'll think to myself, and people will comment, I don't always, but I don't generally, but people will say, hey, I can get that for the same price at the Louis Vuitton store. Why would you sell it for the same price? And they'll think just because they have a tag and a receipt, but still you're not buying the warranty from them. You're not buying the customer service that you get when you buy from a store. So why would I pay you the same amount? So yeah, I would think that at least a 30% discount is good. Now that's kind of what I generally do. If I see something that I want and let's say it's $60, I'll offer 40, I'll offer 35, 39, and maybe even get that odd number in there because it sounds like it's a little bit more. And I'll take that too. Now, if I have something like recently, I had a little coin bag, and it's on Poshmark, so they're taking 20%, and I have it for 16, and somebody offered me 6, and that would leave me nothing. So of course I declined that. But sometimes I'll counter offer, and sometimes that helps. I had I forgot what I recently got an offer on. I think it was 20. And they offered me, no, I think it was 25, and they offered me 15, and I countered at 19, and 19 sounds a little bit less than 20, so they took it, and it helps that way. Now, a funny thing happened to me last night. I was looking for some pens for my journaling and things of that nature, and I looked on OfferUp, and they had a beautiful Mont Blanc pen, and I know those pens are expensive. Back in the 90s when everybody had them, they were $100. I think they've gone up to like $300. And I saw it for $55, and I think I asked her first if it was genuine or if it was a replica. I didn't want to use the word counterfeit. People take offense to that. But counterfeit or replica, I didn't want to get offensive with my language and kind of attenuated it. Didn't want to say, counterfeit. I asked her if it was a replica, and she responded yes. Yes, what did she say? Yes, the booklet is under the box or something like that. And I was like, okay. And then she had it for 55, and I offered her 40, and she said, no, it's worth 300. I was like, okay. And then I go, and I was going to ask her, is it a roller ball? I didn't even know if it was a roller ball, if it was a fountain pen, but I know the roller balls, I've worked with those, and I love them. Then I go back to look at it again to see if I could tell if it's a roller ball or a fountain pen, and she upped the price to $75. And then I proceeded with my question, and I asked her, is it a roller ball or a fountain pen? And I see you raised the price. Will you still take 55? She didn't answer me. She didn't answer me till this morning. And then this morning, she comes back with, I don't know why my husband raised the price. It's not real. He said nobody would notice. It's like, oh my gosh. I mean, this is the kind of thing that can happen when you're negotiating, huh? But it's kind of, it kind of fell into place because I kept thinking to myself, well, if it's worth $300, why are you selling it for $55? You know, I mean, you would think I would have, if I had a $300 pen that I had used, let's say 10 years or so, and it had still worked fine, I would sell it for 100, you know, or maybe 75. I certainly wouldn't sell it for 55 or 150 if it's a $300 pen, right? And so then she says, "Yeah, I don't know why he raised it, and I'll let you have it for 20." And then I, was again very gracious and said, "No, that's okay. I was really looking for the genuine Mont Blanc." And she said, "It's okay. I understand." Oh, she goes, "It's," and then she even says, she goes, "I don't know why my husband said no one would know if it was real. That's not me. I just can't do it. So I'll take 20 if you want it." And it's like, so anyway, that's just a little anecdotal story about negotiating and how sometimes you can actually learn a little bit more from negotiating the prices that way, right? Very interesting, I thought. But no, what I generally do, if I see a bag, I don't hesitate to ask for $100 off. If it's a $400, $500 Louis Vuitton, I don't hesitate to ask for $100 off. All they can say is no. Again, it depends. How long has it been listed? What else is she selling? A lot of times people who deal with handbags or deal with luxury goods, they can wait. They are on that long tail trail, so to speak, and they can wait to get a better price. But then maybe it's just someone who really wants to clean out her closet, really just wants to get rid of what she's got. Maybe she has another bag she wants to buy, or just wants to clear the closet out, realize she bought way too many of the over the years and can do without it, and she can afford to lose, or to she can afford to lower the price $100. So it doesn't hurt to ask on your end as a seller. Again, I look at a 30%, 30 to 40% off my listed price as a pretty good negotiating start, and you can always counter offer. Nobody's making you take that offer, but and then again, as a buyer, I don't lowball it. I mean, I'm not going to offer you $50 for a $200 or $300 bag. I'm not going to do that, but I may offer you 150. All I can do is wait and see if you counter offer, and if I really want it, and if it's in good condition, I'm going to take it. And I always look at it as if I'm the buyer, I'm the seller, because I am both. So I look at it both ways. I always research. If I'm buying, I research to make sure I want to buy from. Again, I don't like to buy from Asian sellers because I've never been satisfied with what I've received in that way. And I've heard a lot of horror stories, but then again, I've heard good stories too, where people say, hey, the Asian market is a great market for luxury items and things like that. So, yeah, again, I can just leave you with the takeaway is to negotiate at least 30 to 40% off of your listed price if you want to sell it. All right. So guys, if you have any more questions for this Q&A, please leave them in the comment section down below. I really appreciate you coming in today. I hope that you come back again really soon. I'm going to bring you a book haul as well, and still working on that eBay sales video. So keep in touch, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.